Chapter 7 Desertic Martian Mars Tornado. After reading their next instructions to rescue Poseidon, they all formally raced towards Mars. Colored red from its iron oxide, they were all amazed at its sight. While in flight, not seeing its 10-mile-wide outer moon, Deimos, creeping towards them perpendicularly, it barely missed them all. Thinking nothing of this near miss, some looked back in awe at its amazing two craters, Voltaire and Jonathan Swift. Continuing their flight, they unfortunately flew into the orbital path of its other moon, Phobos, meaning fear. Panicking and getting nervous, they all instinctively turned right very hard. With this moon traveling at 4,800 miles per hour, they all braced themselves for yet another rough landing on its larger crater named Stickney. Frozen in terror, everyone huddled and shook vigorously for a while before regaining their composure. "Is everybody okay?" Gia quivered as they all replied yes while still shaken from this violent encounter. "Oh no, this is it, we're doomed," Uranos complained as everyone else shook their heads in disagreement. "Don't be so pessimistic," Selene informed Uranos with much confidence. "We'll definitely find a way out." "You're right, Selene, especially because we are all learning so much more about this part of the universe," Aphrodite optimized positively. "Yeah, well, maybe we should just live here. It looks very entertaining," Ares gladly boasted as the rest gloated, thinking of that possibility. "Okay, let's all just get a grip on reality and get ready to resume our mission," Gia instructed as they all prepared to depart. Indirectly scanning a last glimpse at this 17-mile-wide crater, they all resumed their flight. Only having to travel about 14,500 miles, they entered the fourth planet from the sun, which was easy to spot. At 370 miles wide and 14 miles tall, they were instructed to land at the summit of our solar system's largest mountain, named Olympus Mons. "Okay now, Poseidon should be close by. Let's all look through our binoculars at a southwesterly direction to try to spot him," Gia instructed as these viewers observed. "Wow, look at that vicious dust storm. I think it's coming towards us. Let's all run and hide." Uranos panicked as he shook uncontrollably at the nearby windstorm. "Relax, Uranos. It's headed away from us in the other direction," Selene determined. "Yes, don't worry. There's no need to fear," Aphrodite assured. Receiving an urgent email from Zeus that the rescuee was caught up in the aforementioned katabatic wind dust storm, Gia became very hesitant to send out a search party. So after indirectly seeing this message, without further hesitation, Ares felt the urgency to solely search for his friend. "I must rescue him. He is in dire need," Ares insisted. "No, wait for the winds to calm down," Gia shouted, but to deaf ears as Ares bolted towards his classmates' approximate locale. So bravely, but slowly trekking through this stormy katabatic wind, Ares soon had his pal in sight. Yelling his name, Poseidon only heard voices. Still delirious and suspicious due to his hard landing in this unfamiliar setting, he couldn't see through the whirling sand. Getting extremely nervous, especially from the voices getting closer, Poseidon darted out as fast as possible. Thinking that Ares could be mistaken as a Martian Mars creature, this petrified one never looked back. Speeding and veering on his vehicle through a maze-like, deep, steep-walled valley. Known as a labyrinthus, Ares was shadowing him, yelling and trying to calm down his neurotic mate. Abruptly exiting this maze, still very delirious, Poseidon flew north with Ares still tailing. Always observing through her binoculars, Gia had to find the right time to send the rest out for aid. So after the dust literally settled, she then ordered them to all help Ares give chase, including herself. Getting too nervous and too shaky to fly, Poseidon lost altitude very fast. Flying low and slow over the face of Mars, known as Sidomia, Poseidon got more scared, then landed hard next to it. Taking a violent tumble, then rolling multiple times, these onlookers gasped in total disbelief. Holding his composure, Ares was the only one who knew what to do. Placing his hand over Poseidon's mouth and not feeling a breath, he tilted his head back. Blowing a few quick breaths into his mouth, he didn't feel him breathing. So quickly, pressing on his chest near his heart a few times, Poseidon finally came back to life. After a long applause from everybody else, this mission became another success.